Welcome back. Got another episode of our Rams Dominions multiplayer game. As always, joined by my co-host, Blackmane. Blackmane, how you doing today?
Fantastic. Let's get into it. I'm excited.
Yep. So we got turn 11. Things are starting to get a little crowded. Expansion phase may be ending in the next turn or two. So hopefully we'll start seeing some player battles. Oof.
Ooh, you got a little bit. I wonder whether his scout report was like a minimum scout for this. Because that's real risky. 64 Bear Tribe Warriors.
Yeah, that's a decent sized province. I wonder. Yeah, maybe he took heavy damage coming in against the javelins.
Yeah, let's watch. I'm interested to see what happened here. He's had quite a few bumps. It's a pity because he had such a good start.
Yep.
He's just fallen out quite a few times. Failed to have quite a few expansions. Just a little bit too ambitious. So let's see what happened. Oh, there's a Bear Tribe Shaman that put him to sleep.
That'll do it. It's a
Yeah,
significant section that fell asleep and then gets slaughtered.
yeah, that does it.
Yeah, because the
This
rest
is
of them performed very well. And then I think they're just gonna fail a check,
they're
and
gonna
yeah,
route. Yeah,
and
there
then
they
they'll get
go.
picked off as they route.
This is an unfortunate consequence of having the improved AI mod on. Is that the indie spellcasters are also sensible rather than just wasting their time buffing.
Interesting. Okay. So you think that's due to the AI mod? Because
Yeah,
I hadn't seen
absolutely.
that before.
Yeah, for sure. Because Sleep Cloud is really badly prioritized by the AI unless you buff it with the mod.
Okay,
He
yeah.
would have just sat there casting Barkskin and other stuff like that if there was an AI mod. But instead, you saw he was casting Sleep, Fine Arrow, that kind of thing.
Yep. Fascinating.
Easy cleanup for
Yeah.
Yugo.
And this is on
Lost
land,
the
so they're expanding their footprint there. Faisha's coming on strong. Their expansion was extremely slow to begin with. Am I misremembering that?
Yeah, they had some issues at the beginning, but managed to recover pretty well, I think.
Decent expand by Shamba. Still leaning in heavily on the spearmen, but also mixing in heavy infantry. Um, but once again, I think heavy infantry are going to have a similar issue to spearmen, right? Oh no, they do significantly more damage.
Yeah, glaive, it's a good weapon.
Yeah. Another good expand by Shamba. Yes, continuing their romp on land. TC continues to use that pretender to
Yep,
swoop up some underwater provinces.
as we predicted, cleaning up those lakes.
Once again,
Another, yeah, another team kill.
yep. Here we go. Good ratios from Rely, figuring out a little more meteorite, a little less illithids.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, another Yis party on land. This looks like their original party, still holding strong.
Knights are just so strong.
Yeah,
What a unit.
especially on land with the flame attack, the AoE.
Yep. Still this kind of little suboptimal, but I mean, TC
Well,
can afford it. He's huge.
it,
It's done very well.
yeah, but once again, you've got mercs mixed in here, right? The Abyssian infantry, 0 kills, everything done by the Red Guard.
I wonder whether he just only has one line to expand there, something like this.
Ooh,
Oh, he actually lost his commander there.
yeah, got
That's some
lucky.
bad luck. Must have snuck by. This happens sometimes when you have these ultra small parties.
I wonder if his pretender's woken up yet. Nope.
No. More clean expands.
Yeah, big party of knights here.
Yeah, it's a bit overkill actually.
Yeah. Oh, they got
Oh,
lucky
Asfield
here.
loses those Black Centaurs. Yeah, they're very lucky to win that one.
Clean expand. Oh, a bad bump.
Oh, bump, yeah.
Hmm.
That's I mean, obviously Shiniyama would have preferred to win, but
But actually,
I
it's
think
200 gold versus 150
yeah,
because these guys are only costing 5, I believe, in the
in the mountains, yeah.
yeah.
So it's actually cheaper. It's actually not that bad a trade, but obviously you prefer to have the province.
Yeah. Clean expand by Flagra. Another one who struggled early but seems to have found a rhythm. But once again, these parties are pretty expensive um,
Yeah,
from an expansion perspective. And a good expand by Ulm. Short Kings continue to do work.
clean it up. There's Minotaurs still doing pretty well.
Yep. Oh, that's an indie
We have
event.
our first misfortune event. Yep.
That's
And he
rough.
loses. That looks like he has a.
Oh, an
That might be
indie
from either
air
a site
mage.
or an indie image, yeah, from something.
Which is bad luck
And so he,
because I would think Ulm, did they go luck or did they go misfortune?
misfortune.
Yep.
Yep.
Okay.
That's what you get.
Yeah.
So that's, yeah, very unfortunate to also hit one of their site searching provinces.
Yep.
It's a big risk if you take misfortune early and then you're site searching with just a mage, no support.
Let's take a quick look at the graphs before flipping over to turn 12. Provinces, yeah, Ulm and TC continue to maintain their delta. But yeah, Phaeacia coming on strong here, ending up in the top half, exiting the expansion phase.
Very good, yeah. It's a slow start, but they really managed to get some momentum going.
Yeah, Atlantis and Rely bottom of it, and then Shinu with those bad bumps has also ended up on the bottom, as Flagra's actually passed them this past turn.
Yeah, very unfortunate. Just a little bit too greedy too often.
Yeah, and
Cost them in the end.
once again, we did not see Flagra's Pretender on the field.
Hmm.
Maybe he's doing some
I wonder
site
what
searching?
what is he doing there? Not entirely clear.
I would assume
Also
site
didn't
searching
put
because
any.
this is a death site and a astral site, and those were the paths of the Sphinx. But it's weird to be
Must be
site
site
searching with him
searching.
so early.
Yeah, a little unusual. Maybe there's no. Do we have the Dominion? Can we see what Dominion is spreading? Do they have? It could be that because they can't expand with the Sphinx into some of these indies without their bless.
Yeah, you could hit
It's,
this.
it's yeah, it is there. But it might have only just gone in this turn because it's only one candle. And same here. So it could be that there just wasn't anywhere to expand to.
Yeah, it's possible. And then TC obviously doing a good job hovering up these underwater provinces. It's not a ton, but underwater typically has some decent income. So we got 100 here, 80 here. Nothing to sneeze
Yeah, they're
at,
really good
especially when you
provinces.
can grab them early.
Yeah, for sure. And I think it'd also be really valuable in this game in particular because he has a very high water pretender. And it will let him cast a bunch of the underwater only water magic.
Yep.
Um, Particularly in this game with so many water nations. Very helpful for him. Cool.
Okay. Anything else to add?
Now let's get on to the next one.
Here we go. Turn 12. So dormants are waking up.
I saw a couple of player versus player. Interesting.
Yep, we got Ulm versus Asphodel, and then Shinu versus Ryugaja.
Very interesting.
Good
Pretty
expand here.
clean.
Looks like he reinforced or combined that initial party and popped back down
Yeah.
underwater. This was that hero that had been expanding on land.
Yeah. Looks a little unnecessary, but better to be clean and get no losses.
Yep. Okay, came back, took out the bear tribe this time. Yeah, I think it was that sleep cloud. Props to
Yeah.
your mod. Doing a little scouting on a throne here. Minotaurs continue to do work. And here we go. Ulm attacked Asphodel. Was this just a
So
bump?
this
Yeah,
looked
this is
like a
just a
bump.
bump.
Yeah. And I guess he killed a couple of centaurs, but obviously not a good trade at all for Ulm.
No. And yeah, the Minotaurs, they hit hard. The
Yeah,
Ulm
28 damage.
prot isn't really going to do much against Minotaurs.
Yeah, in the end, they were. I think I was doubting them earlier, but they've worked out really well for them.
Yep. Strong expand here. No losses against a, I would say, relatively tough underwater province.
Yeah, these ones are a little odd. I find some nations really struggle against the Kraken sea trolls, and other nations just clean it up. And Yiz is one of them. It's nations that doesn't really care. They hit so hard with the lance charge that they just kill the sea trolls through the regen.
Good expand here by Shamba. Good expand here by Ulm. Ooh. But I guess Turtle Tribe's nothing to sneeze at, but heavy casualties on the infantry here.
Yeah, losing these infantry. I'm not quite sure. They seem to have made more of these infantries.
Yeah, they're leaning
which is
heavily into them.
yeah, it's a slightly different. It's not what I have expanded with Atlantis in the past. I usually use their halberd infantry.
And they're using
Which I think
multiple
is just.
Coral Queens early. Is
I
that typical?
assume this was yeah, Coral Queen's early is typical in DE because you get a basically like a level 0 stone skin, AoE stone
The
skin.
Basalt Blessing.
Yeah, like Marble Warriors. So and only the Coral Queens can cast that in MA. You need H3.
Okay.
So that does make sense. What's a little unusual is just the particular choice of units. But everyone has their own style that they've kind of lapped
Oh,
out. So
bad luck here for Yis
that's very bad luck.
with the Indies getting around the Knights and taking down the commander.
Yeah, it's always a risk with these tiny little sacred parties.
Yep.
You
Strong
see, cleaning
expand
up the rest
here.
of the water. Yep.
That's just so much infantry, but a huge Barb province. Ryuga Joe continues to clean up. And then here we go. Yeah, this was a conscious decision by Ryuga to push into Shamba. Because they're going into the province defense.
Yeah, it's not that's a bump. It's not a bump. It's a real war. Interesting to see whether it's just a trade because they took one province off. Earlier it's already as well.
Yep.
So I wonder whether they're just establishing borders, being aggressive, or if this is the start of a war.
Oh,
I mean,
would we
you're
have
a few
seen
turns ahead, right? So But
would we have seen the bless here? Oh, here we go. Oh.
here we go.
Oh, fortitude, regen, chill aura.
That's a meaty bless.
It's actually not as beefy as I was expecting.
Well, fortitude and because he
Fortitude and
also has the
regen are
cold
both
resistance
very
10.
expensive.
Yeah. So I mean, it's a pretty big pathing, especially to take dormant as well.
Yeah.
You really have to sack your scales. And I think he's probably taken it on because he has death.
Yeah, he has
Oh, we
water,
should be able to see what god he
death,
has. I think it's
nature,
going
and
to be maybe a
earth.
Titan.
Here's the Sphinx
The
taking,
Sphinx ended up, yeah,
fighting off an
saved the
Indie.
misfortune.
Okay, let's take a look. See if we can see that Ryuga Joe. Huge Terror of the Deep.
Yeah, that's what I was about to guess. This
Very
is the
strong underwater pretender.
yeah. This pretender gets a swallow attack,
Yep.
which pretty much just AoE hits for really immense damage, and is very good, particularly against Yiz.
So
So
it's funny you
yeah,
mentioned that. I actually played in a game with the Ryuga Joe pretender, or player, when he was Ryuga versus a Yis, and the Yis player took an Awake Terror of the Deep, whereas Ryuga went Imprisoned Stat Bless, and the Terror of the Deep just walked over
wow.
the troops, and Yis quickly won the Pond War by turn 12 or 13.
Amazing. I mean, clearly he's learned something, and that's why he's picked it in this game.
Yep.
It's a very powerful pretender. One of the top ones, I would say, in terms of these early wars.
Oh, and here we go. Ulm's. They are committing. That fort is completed down in the south near Asphodel, and then
35 province defense.
they got some forts popping up here. Oh wow, 35. Jesus. They got some forts coming online in the north. I guess we can take a look at the graphs for that. So provinces, Ulm and TC. Forts. Looks like 3 folks have come online with a fort. Oh, a bunch actually are coming online now. Income, no surprises here. Gem income, Asphodel. I know they get the bonus income from temples, but still, that's pretty significant. They must have done quite a bit of site searching, right?
Yeah, I'm guessing so. We can see how many temples they have as well, I guess, in their provinces.
Yep. Research. Atlantis continues to lead the pack, but who is that right with them? Who is this yellow line? Oh, Shamba. Okay.
I wonder if they're gunning for a particular research timing.
Yeah, no surprises there. Let's see what Asphodel's doing from a temple perspective. No, just 1 temple. So yeah,
Yeah, all right.
they're doing
So,
quite a bit of site
we can
searching.
see a lot of site searching.
Yeah. Yeah, okay. That's going to be interesting. Anything to focus on here before we pop open, what is it, turn 13?
I don't think so, other than it definitely looks like Ulm's preparing for a war. Not really any other way to interpret that.
Yep. Okay.
Cool, let's get into next turn.
And we'll call this episode a wrap after turn 13 just to keep them all about the same length.
Yeah, sounds good.
Okay, here we go. Rams game. Turn 13. Oh, there we go. There's your war.
Okay. As predicted.
Let's just confirm. Yep, turn 13. A little scouting on the throne here. Wait, what? Did he think there was no province defense or something?
I think he's just pinging. He might have forgotten to set it to retreat. Would be my guess, or it might have just been sniped. Well, that was less successful than he'd probably hoped.
Yeah, lost 10 Guardians, which is what it is, but yeah, not great outcome here.
He killed 6 Minotaurs, so it's not a good trade, but Minotaurs are expensive, so it's nothing.
Yeah.
But
and
yeah,
he
definitely
can afford the losses a little bit better. I still wonder. Asphodel is not leaning into the Black Centaurs, so the Guardians are almost a waste in this circumstance, right?
Yeah, it's so off meta that it's kind of working out in Asphodel's favor. He's gone heavily into Minotaurs, which usually he wouldn't really be able to afford to mass, but because he has these really strange scales, so far it's kind of worked out, which is pretty cool.
Strong expand here by Phaeacia using the Storm Captains.
Must have been a consolidation expand.
Yeah, okay. I was wondering if they were using them to sail, but yeah. Oh yeah, that's a huge party. Jesus. Flagra, they added more warriors to this party. It was 7 last turn, and now it's 10. It's getting less and less efficient. Oh yeah, there's a lot of Guardians that Ulm's bringing to the table here. Just don't think that's
he
going to
really
work
is
out for
expecting. He was expecting Black Centaurs, but it's not what he's got.
Yeah. Okay, and Atlantis is back on land now. I believe they had that bad bump with Phaeacia and ended up back in the water. But here they
Mm.
go. Where are they on land now? Let's take a look. Okay, now they're popping up over by Asphodel next to Ryuga. And I believe this is where Rely and Ryuga bumped. So Rely's getting trapped in the water. Um,
Yeah, he's almost completely surrounded now.
yeah,
He's not going to get any land provinces. Not the end of the world for them.
could expand here.
Finally, those mercs helped out a bit.
A little. GC continues to expand well, though, so we're just
Yeah, very
nitpicking, I
clean.
think.
We're teasing them, but they've got second best expand. They can't complain at all.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, this is interesting. So, Raigujo, they did have that bump with Relay, but they've continued to push into Shamba.
So this must be a war then.
Yeah. Another good expand here by Shinu, making up for some rough. Whoa, what? Oh,
Huh.
there's no commander,
Just
right?
mannequins. Yeah, so they would have just fallen apart immediately.
Yeah, no province defense.
So definitely a mistake from Asfo.
Yeah. Good work by Ulm, leveraging a variety of tactics as they invade. Whoa. Bad outcome here. And this is with their Pretender online.
Yeah, War Shamblers are not a joke. They're really actually pretty strong unit.
Yeah, they
They
hit
just hit.
real hard.
Yeah,
So your
I feel like an
regen and
absolute truck.
fortitude's not really going to matter.
Yeah.
Especially on a lower HP chassis. Okay. So there we are, turn 13. Looks like we have the first war kicking off. It's Ulm versus Asphodel. I think Ulm's going to have to figure something out to deal with a Minotaur Asphodel.
Yeah, I can see that from their cap, and even in that farm province there, we can see they've just been pumping Guardians, expecting a big Black Centaur Bless, which is the standard way to play.
Oh, look at this. A huge Black Steel Colossus for Ulm.
Their god is out. Maybe
That,
this will help turn the tides a bit.
that's an interesting choice. I don't think I've seen the Black Steel Colossus before.
Yeah, it's definitely a rare one.
How does it compare to the Bronze Colossus?
I don't actually know. I don't think I've ever seen it in game before. Let's have a quick look on the mod inspector.
That's going to be fun to watch. And then it does look like there's a handful of indie provinces left, but most of them scattered lakes or throne provinces. Still a bit of expansion left for Phaeacia to do.
I'm just looking at the Black Steel Colossus. It looks very similar to the Bronze Colossus, just different paths, fire, earth.
Okay.
But otherwise, the stats are pretty similar. So yeah, that's a. I mean, it needs always those Colossi. They need a bit of gear in order to really shine, but then they can be very strong.
And who better to make some gear than Ulm?
Yeah, absolutely. So that might be a saving grace, but it's hard to tell. I mean, it really depends, I think, how well adjusts to Asphodel's strange build. If they adjust quickly and they change up their units to match, then I think that Asphodel will probably have trouble because will just be able to outproduce into them and defend with their Pretender. But if they don't adjust, then I think Asphodel's got a chance.
Yeah, comparing just income alone, Ulm appears to be about double that of Asphodel. And then from a fort perspective, Asphodel still hasn't put up a fort, which they can do with nature gems. Oh, that was provinces, sorry. Income, yeah, right around double.
Yeah,
maybe
which
it's
is
slightly
so. I think
less.
Unless Asphodel has some tricks up their sleeve. I mean, they don't have a strong bless. Should be able to just kind of macro into them and win, but that does rely on realizing that Guardians aren't really the right way to go. Swapping into something else. She should realize it's a pretty straightforward change to make.
Yeah, and Asphodel has a gem income lead, but their research so poor, I don't think they can put that to any real use at this stage of the game.
Yeah, sadly. Perhaps if they can get some extra forts up, but I think it's going to be rough for them.
Yep.
It's my interpretation of that war.
Well, it'll be an interesting one to watch. Anything else we should take a look at before we wrap this one?
Maybe just have a look at the Shambhala and Ryugo, see what that border
Oh,
looks like.
yeah. Okay, so it is these coastal provinces that they've moved into.
So Shambhala has moved back in again to some of them. Is that right? Oh no, I
No,
missed
no.
a little colorblind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. So Ryugo has these, which is yeah. Is this a straight war? Because they're not really committing very much there.
yeah, it's odd.
Hmm. I guess we'll see whether there's just some negotiation going on here or whether this is actually an invasion.
Yeah.
Because it does seem very light of Ryugo to invade. Like it's a very small army.
And you can make a case that 18, which is the province that flipped last turn, it's two from Ryuga's cap and three from Shamba. So
Yeah.
theoretically they may have traded, but then province one over here, by the same logic, is clearly a Shamba province.
Then we can see though the province up to the northwest is a Shamba owned. The one to the right of that
Yeah.
is oh I know that's a Ryugo. Yeah. So we see this province these two provinces I think are what one, two, three, one, two, three. Okay, so that's kind of in the middle.
Yeah.
So I wonder whether there was some negotiation that was performed. I guess we'll see whether they push in next turn or not, next episode.
Yep.
But it wouldn't surprise me here if this is just some diplomacy occurring.
Yeah, and Ryuga still has a few provinces left to clear in their pond. Once again, they got the benefit of the doubt with this map layout um, and how things worked out. So now that their Bless is
Yeah,
online, they
yeah,
should
it
be in a
doesn't make
strong
to me
position.
at least. Yeah, they should be able to consolidate really strong off this, and it doesn't really make sense to me that why they would rush yet. It would make more sense for them to be negotiating provinces and then
Yeah,
because they've got look how many they've got one, two, three, four, five at least more provinces, maybe six for that if they go onto that farm on the right. And then the
yeah,
throne, there's plenty of more room to expand here.
yeah. They've got a decent number, at least six, if not seven, provinces left to expand onto. They already have a few different footholds on land, so getting some forts up would be nice for them, rather than rushing into an early war.
For sure. Although we do also see, if you look just above, uh,
Oh,
there's actually a big Air Force.
that is a very large force.
Hmm. So there might be a war brewing here by the looks.
Yeah, which, yeah,
Very interesting. Australia, I think, can do very well in this matchup because, I mean, if it doesn't matter how strong your sacred is, how much helpless, if, oh, pardon me, if it's paralyzed, then nothing you can do.
is this a use case though where the Titan from Ryuga is going to come in handy?
Yeah, very, very much so. I mean, the Titan can also get paralyzed. If enough of those mind blasts hit and that Titan's paralyzed, then Meteorite Guard hit pretty hard. So they can definitely kill off a Titan. So I guess we'll see. I mean, it will come down to the micro. By that I mean like the individual scripting and the way that the armies have moved around here. But that looks very aggressive. That looks like Rylera is moving into attack.
Yep. Okay.
Great. It's
Well,
we got some
something to
early
look forward
wars. It's
to.
fantastic. Yeah.